Self-discipline is the cornerstone of success. It's the bridge between intention and action, between desire and accomplishment. No matter how talented or ambitious you are, without self-discipline, your potential remains untapped. Discipline is what transforms fleeting motivation into lasting habits and ensures that you keep moving forward even on the days when the excitement fades or the road gets tough. It's not just about controlling your impulses or denying yourself pleasure. It's about making choices that align with your values and long-term goals. Self-discipline doesn't mean being perfect. It means being consistent. It means showing up, making progress, and staying committed to what truly matters. When you master self-discipline, you gain control over your life. You stop being reactive and start being intentional. You stop making excuses and start taking ownership. This mastery doesn't happen overnight, but with the right techniques, you can build the kind of discipline that will serve you for a lifetime. The first technique to master self-discipline is understanding the power of small commitments. Too often people think self-discipline is about making grand sacrifices or pushing themselves to extremes. They imagine it as something dramatic and overwhelming. But the truth is, discipline begins with small, manageable steps. Success doesn't come from one monumental effort. It's the result of consistently doing the little things that add up over time. Small commitments are powerful because they're achievable. When you commit to something small, you set yourself up for success. You're not overwhelmed by the size of the task, and you're not paralyzed by the fear of failure. Instead, you build momentum. Each small commitment you keep strengthens your belief in yourself and your ability to follow through. It's like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. Think about a habit you want to develop. Instead of trying to overhaul your entire routine overnight, start with a single, small commitment. Commit to 5 minutes of exercise, 1 page of reading, or swapping out one unhealthy snack. These small changes might not seem significant at first, but over time, they compound into meaningful progress. Consistency is the secret ingredient. When you keep your small commitments every day, you create a pattern of success. This pattern becomes a habit, and habits are the foundation of discipline. Once a habit is established, it requires less effort and willpower to maintain. What once felt difficult becomes automatic, freeing up your energy for bigger challenges. Another benefit of small commitments is that they help you build trust in yourself. Every time you keep a promise to yourself, no matter how small, you reinforce your confidence and self-worth. On the other hand, when you break a commitment, even a minor one, it chips away at your trust in your own abilities. This is why it's so important to set commitments that are realistic and achievable. You're better off starting small and building up than aiming too high and falling short. Discipline is about progress, not perfection. Don't let the fear of imperfection stop you from taking action. It's okay to stumble or make mistakes along the way. What matters is that you keep going. The key is to focus on the process, not just the outcome. Celebrate your efforts, no matter how small they seem. And remind yourself that each step forward brings you closer to your goal. Small commitments teach you the value of patience. In a world that often glorifies instant results, discipline requires you to think long-term. You may not see the impact of your small efforts right away, but if you trust the process and stay consistent, the results will come. This mindset shift is what separates those who give up too soon from those who achieve lasting success. Finally, small commitments help you build resilience. They prepare you for the bigger challenges ahead. By mastering the art of showing up and taking small, consistent actions, you develop the mental and emotional strength needed to tackle more significant obstacles. Each small victory builds your confidence and reinforces your ability to stay disciplined no matter what life throws your way. Mastering self-discipline through small commitments is about understanding that success isn't about doing everything at once. It's about doing the right things consistently. It's about showing up even when it's hard and trusting that your efforts will pay off. This technique lays the foundation for all the other techniques, giving you the stability and momentum you need to take on bigger challenges with confidence and focus. The second technique to master self-discipline is learning to prioritize what truly matters. Self-discipline isn't just about working harder. It's about working smarter. It's about focusing your energy on the things that align with your goals and values, while letting go of the distractions that pull you off course. Discipline without direction is like a ship without a compass. It doesn't matter how hard you row if you don't know where you're going. Prioritization begins with clarity. You have to know what you're aiming for. Too many people drift through life without a clear sense of purpose. They get caught up in busy work or other people's priorities and wonder why they never seem to make progress. The first step to mastering prioritization is taking the time to define your goals. What do you want to achieve? What kind of person do you want to become? What does success look like for you? Once you have a clear vision, you can begin to align your actions with that vision. One way to prioritize effectively is to identify your big rocks. These are the tasks, goals, or commitments that have the greatest impact on your life. Imagine your time is a jar. If you fill it with sand, small, insignificant tasks, there is no room for the big rocks. But if you put the big rocks in first, the sand will fit around them. Successful people focus on their big rocks first. They schedule time for their highest priorities and let everything else fall into place. Not everything can be a priority. One of the hardest but most important aspects of prioritization is learning to say no when you need to. Every time you say yes to something unimportant, you're saying no to something that truly matters. Discipline means being willing to disappoint others at times in order to stay true to your own goals. It means recognizing that your time and energy are limited and choosing to spend them wisely. Prioritization requires you to distinguish between what's urgent and what's important. Urgent tasks demand your immediate attention, but they're not always aligned with your long-term goals. Important tasks, on the other hand, are the ones that move you closer to your vision, even if they don't have pressing deadlines. Successful people focus on the important tasks first. They don't let the noise of urgency drown out the signal of importance. One technique for prioritizing is to plan your day the night before. Before you go to bed, take a few minutes to review your goals and identify the top 3 things you want to accomplish the next day. These should be tasks that align with your big rocks and make a meaningful impact. When you wake up, you'll have a clear sense of direction and purpose, which makes it easier to stay disciplined throughout the day. Another powerful tool is time blocking. Instead of reacting to your day as it unfolds, proactively schedule blocks of time for your most important tasks. Treat these blocks as sacred appointments with yourself. During these times, eliminate distractions and focus entirely on the task at hand. This approach not only helps you prioritize, but increases your efficiency and productivity. It's important to regularly reassess your priorities. Life is dynamic, and your goals and values may shift over time. What was a big rock 6 months ago might no longer be relevant today. Take time to reflect on whether your actions are still aligned with your vision. If they're not, make adjustments. Self-discipline is about being flexible enough to adapt while remaining committed to what truly matters. Prioritization isn't just about what you do, it's about what you don't do. Eliminating or delegating low-value tasks frees up your time and energy for the things that matter most. Ask yourself, is this task necessary? Could someone else do it better or faster? Does it align with my goals? If the answer is no, it's time to let it go. A disciplined approach to prioritization involves managing your energy, not just your time. Certain tasks require more focus and creativity than others. Identify the times of day when you're at your peak and schedule your most demanding work during those hours. Reserve less demanding tasks for when your energy levels naturally dip. By aligning your priorities with your energy, you maximize your effectiveness. The true power of prioritization lies in its ability to create momentum. When you focus on your big rocks and tackle them consistently, you build a sense of accomplishment and progress. This momentum fuels your discipline, making it easier to stay committed to your goals. Conversely, when you spend your time on trivial tasks, you feel busy but unfulfilled, which can drain your motivation and lead to burnout. Finally, remember that prioritization is not about doing more. It's about doing what matters. It's about aligning your actions with your values and goals, so every effort you make brings you closer to the life you want to create. Discipline without prioritization is effort wasted. When you master this technique, you take control of your time and energy, ensuring that every step you take is a step in the right direction. Next, the third technique to master self-discipline is building habits that automate your success. Discipline often gets mistaken for sheer willpower, as if success comes from forcing yourself to make the right choices every single day. But here's the truth. Willpower is a finite resource. If you rely on it alone, you'll burn out quickly. That's why the most disciplined people don't leave their success to chance. They build habits that carry them forward automatically. Habits are the foundation of self-discipline because they reduce the need for constant decision-making. When something becomes a habit, you no longer have to wrestle with whether or not to do it. It becomes a natural part of your routine. This frees up your mental energy for more complex challenges and ensures that you're consistently taking actions that align with your goals. Building habits starts with small, consistent actions. Too often, people try to overhaul their entire lives overnight, only to abandon their efforts within weeks. Real, lasting change comes from starting small. If you want to start working out, don't aim to work out for an hour every day from the start. Commit to 5 minutes of movement. If you want to start reading more, commit to just 1 page a day. These small steps may seem insignificant, but they're the building blocks of greater transformation. The key to forming habits is consistency. It's not about perfection. It's about showing up every day, no matter how small the effort. Consistency creates momentum, and momentum makes it easier to keep going. Over time, your small actions compound into significant results. A single drop of water doesn't seem like much, but when those drops accumulate over time, they can carve through stone. One way to make habits stick is by attaching them to existing routines. This is known as habit stacking. If you want to start journaling, attach it to something you already do every day, like brushing your teeth or drinking your morning coffee. By linking that new habit to an established one, you create a natural cue that reminds you to take action. Environment plays a crucial role in habit formation. Your surroundings can either support or sabotage your efforts. If you're trying to eat healthier, stock your kitchen with nutritious foods and remove temptations. If you want to focus more on work, create a dedicated workspace free from distractions. Successful people design their environments to make good habits easy and bad habits difficult. Accountability is another powerful tool for building habits. When you share your goals with someone you trust, you create an additional layer of motivation to follow through. Knowing that someone else is invested in your progress can push you to stay consistent, even on days when you're tempted to skip. Tracking your habits is an effective way to reinforce them. Keep a simple chart or journal where you record your progress. Each time you complete a habit, mark it down. This creates a visual representation of your efforts and gives you a sense of accomplishment. It helps you identify patterns and areas for improvement. Building habits often requires replacing old, unproductive behaviors with new, constructive ones. This process begins with awareness. Take a close look at your current routines and identify the habits that are holding you back. Are you spending hours mindlessly watching the TV instead of working toward your goals? Are you hitting the snooze button instead of starting your day with purpose? Once you recognize these patterns, you can begin to replace them with habits that align with your vision. The timing of your habits matters too. Research shows that the earlier in the day you complete your key habits, the more likely you are to stick with them. This is because your willpower is strongest in the morning and tends to dwindle as the day goes on. By tackling your most important habits early, you set a positive tone for the rest of the day. Another crucial aspect of habit formation is celebrating your wins, no matter how small. Every time you follow through on a habit, take a moment to acknowledge your effort. These small celebrations reinforce the behavior and make it more likely to stick. Patience is essential when building habits. It's easy to get discouraged when you don't see immediate results, but remember that habits are about long-term transformation. Trust the process and focus on the act of showing up, day after day. Over time, the results will come. The beauty of habits is that they create a ripple effect. When you build one good habit, it often leads to others. You know, when you're working out, you usually eat better. You usually sleep better. You're usually more disciplined all around. Success breeds success, and habits are the catalyst. Ultimately, mastering self-discipline isn't about constantly battling your impulses. It's about setting up systems and routines that make success inevitable. When you build habits that align with your goals, you create a life where discipline feels less like an uphill battle and more like a natural rhythm. This is the power of habits. They free you from the constant struggle and allow you to channel your energy into growth, progress, and achievement. Next, the fourth technique to master self-discipline is developing the ability to delay gratification. This is one of the most defining characteristics of disciplined and successful people. It's the ability to resist the lure of short-term pleasure in favor of long-term rewards. This principle, though simple in concept, is a profound game changer in practice. Delaying gratification begins with a clear understanding of your goals and values. If you don't have a compelling vision of what you're working toward, it's easy to be swayed by distractions or momentary indulgences. But when your goals are vivid and deeply meaningful, they serve as a powerful anchor. They remind you that every small sacrifice today is a step closer to a brighter future. This technique hinges on the understanding that discipline is not about deprivation. It's about choice. It's about choosing what matters most over what matters now. The key is to frame your decisions not as sacrifices, but as investments. Every time you delay gratification, you're not giving something up. You're gaining something far more valuable, a better version of yourself, a stronger foundation for success, or a dream realized. One way to strengthen your ability to delay gratification is by training your mind to focus on the long-term benefits rather than the short-term costs. Imagine you're tempted to skip a workout. Instead of fixating on the immediate discomfort, picture how good you'll feel after the session, how it contributes to your health, and how it aligns with your goals. This mental shift makes it easier to stay committed. Visualization is a powerful tool in this process. Spend time regularly imagining the outcomes you're working toward. See yourself achieving your goals and experiencing the rewards of your discipline. The clearer and more vivid this vision becomes, the stronger your motivation to delay gratification will be. When the pull of short-term pleasure arises, this vision serves as a reminder of what truly matters. Another technique is to break your goals into smaller milestones. Long-term rewards can feel distant and abstract, making it harder to stay motivated. By creating smaller, tangible milestones along the way, you give yourself more frequent opportunities to celebrate progress. Each milestone reached reinforces your belief in your ability to succeed and strengthens your commitment to the bigger picture. Temptation is inevitable, so part of mastering this technique is learning to manage it effectively. Successful people don't rely solely on willpower to resist temptation. They create environments that support their discipline. If you're trying to eat healthier, don't keep junk food in the house. If you're trying to stay focused on work, take all of those distractions away. These small adjustments make it easier to stay on track. Another strategy is to implement delay tactics. When you feel the urge to indulge in a distraction or temptation, commit to waiting just 5 or 10 minutes before acting on it. Often, this short pause is enough to diminish the intensity of the urge and give you time to refocus on your goals. This technique trains your brain to tolerate discomfort and strengthens your ability to resist immediate gratification. Delaying gratification requires a shift in how you perceive discomfort. Most people view discomfort as something to be avoided at all costs. But successful people see it as a sign of growth. They understand that discomfort is often the price of progress. When you embrace this mindset, you begin to see the value in temporary struggle because you know it's leading you somewhere worthwhile. Rewards and incentives can play a role in reinforcing delayed gratification. When you set a goal, attach a meaningful reward to its achievement. The anticipation of this reward can help you stay disciplined during challenging moments. However, the reward should be tied to the completion of the goal, not to each step along the way. This distinction ensures that the reward reinforces long-term success rather than short-term satisfaction. Accountability is another powerful tool. Share your goals and commitments with someone you trust. Knowing that someone else is aware of your intentions can motivate you to stay disciplined. It adds an external layer of responsibility that complements your internal drive. Delaying gratification isn't just about big decisions. It's about mastering the small, everyday moments where discipline is tested. It's in choosing to stay focused for another hour instead of giving in to distraction. It's in saying no to an unnecessary expense to save for something more meaningful. It's in going to bed on time so you can wake up energized for the day ahead. These seemingly small choices, repeated consistently, shape your character and your results. Patience is the backbone of delayed gratification. In a world that often prioritizes instant results, patience can feel like a rare and difficult virtue. But it's one of the most rewarding. When you cultivate patience, you develop the resilience to keep going, even when the rewards aren't immediately visible. You learn to trust the process and focus on the progress you're making, no matter how incremental it may seem. The ability to delay gratification is tied to self-trust. When you consistently honor your commitments to yourself, you build confidence in your ability to follow through. This self-trust becomes a powerful motivator, reinforcing your belief that you're capable of achieving your goals. Over time, this positive feedback loop strengthens your discipline and makes it easier to resist short-term temptations. Ultimately, delaying gratification is about mastering your impulses and aligning your actions with your values and vision. It's about choosing to live with intention rather than being driven by fleeting desires. When you develop this skill, you gain control over your life and your future. You stop reacting to the moment and start acting with purpose. And that is the essence of self-discipline. The fifth technique to master self-discipline is to create and commit to a structured routine. Routine is the backbone of discipline. It's the system that turns your intentions into actions and your actions into habits. While motivation may spark the initial desire to act, it's routine that ensures you follow through consistently, regardless of how you feel on any given day. Structure doesn't restrict your freedom. It enhances it. When you create a well-thought-out routine, you eliminate the need to make constant decisions about how to spend your time. This reduces mental fatigue and allows you to channel your energy into productive activities. Successful people understand this. They don't leave their days to chance. Instead, they design their routines to align with their goals and priorities. The foundation of a strong routine is clarity. You need to know what you want to achieve and why it matters. This clarity allows you to identify the key actions that will move you closer to your goals. Once you've defined these actions, the next step is to schedule them into your day. When something is on your schedule, it becomes a non-negotiable commitment rather than a vague intention. A structured routine often begins with a purposeful morning. How you start your day sets the tone for everything that follows. Many successful people incorporate activities like exercise, journaling, or reading into their mornings. These practices help them center themselves, focus their minds, and approach the day with intention. The key is not to mimic someone else's routine, but to create one that supports your unique goals and needs. Equally important is how you end your day. Evening routines provide an opportunity to reflect on what you've accomplished, plan for tomorrow, and wind down in a way that promotes restful sleep. This could include reviewing your goals, practicing gratitude, or engaging in a relaxing activity. When you end your day with intention, you set yourself up for success the next morning. Consistency is the secret to making a routine effective. A routine only becomes second nature when you stick to it, day in and day out. At first, this might require conscious effort and discipline. But over time, as the routine becomes ingrained, it requires less willpower to maintain. It shifts from being something you have to think about to something you simply do. One of the challenges of creating a routine is overcoming resistance to change. Humans are creatures of habit, and breaking old patterns can be uncomfortable. The key is to start small. Instead of overhauling your entire day, focus on introducing one new habit at a time. Once that habit becomes part of your routine, you can add another. This gradual approach makes change more manageable and sustainable. Flexibility is another important aspect of routine. Life is unpredictable, and rigid routines can become a source of frustration when unexpected events arise. Successful people design their routines with built-in flexibility, allowing them to adapt without losing sight of their priorities. If a meeting runs late or an emergency arises, they have contingency plans to stay on track. Boundaries play a critical role in maintaining a routine. To protect your time and focus, you need to set clear boundaries around when and how you'll work, rest, and engage with others. This could mean saying no to requests that don't align with your goals, or establishing specific times for personal and professional commitments. Accountability can help you stick to your routine. Share your schedule and goals with a trusted friend, mentor, or coach. Knowing that someone else is aware of your commitments can provide an extra layer of motivation to stay on track. You can even create shared routines with a partner or group where you support each other in maintaining discipline. Tracking your progress is an essential part of maintaining a routine. Use a journal, planner, or habit tracker to record your actions and reflect on your performance. This not only reinforces the habit, but provides valuable insights into what's working and what needs adjustment. Over time, this reflection helps you refine your routine and make it even more effective. A common misconception is that routine stifles creativity or spontaneity. In reality, the opposite is true. A well-structured routine creates a foundation of stability, freeing your mind to think creatively and seize opportunities. When the essential parts of your day are organized, you have more bandwidth to explore new ideas and take advantage of unexpected moments of inspiration. Routine is not about perfection, it's about progress. There will be days when you deviate from your schedule or miss a commitment. The key is not to let one misstep derail your efforts. Successful people treat these moments as temporary setbacks, not reasons to abandon their routine altogether. They recalibrate, recommit, and move forward with renewed focus. Ultimately, a routine is a tool for aligning your daily actions with your long-term vision. It bridges the gap between where you are and where you want to be. By creating and committing to a structured routine, you take control of your time, energy, and focus. You eliminate unnecessary decision-making and distractions, allowing you to channel your resources into meaningful progress. This technique is not about creating a rigid schedule that leaves no room for flexibility or enjoyment. It's about designing a framework that supports your goals while giving you the freedom to live with purpose. When you master this practice, you don't just become more disciplined. You become more empowered to create the life you truly desire. Next, the sixth technique to master self-discipline is to embrace discomfort as a necessary ingredient for growth. Discipline doesn't flourish in a bubble of ease and comfort. It thrives when you willingly face challenges, push your limits, and lean into the uncomfortable moments that lead to progress. Truly successful people understand that the path to mastery is paved with discomfort, and they learn to see it not as an obstacle, but as a powerful catalyst for transformation. Discomfort often gets a bad reputation. It's natural to want to avoid it, to seek out the familiar, the easy, the pleasant. But here's the truth. Comfort zones are where dreams go to stagnate. When you stay within the confines of what's easy and safe, you rob yourself of the opportunity to grow, to improve, and to discover what you're truly capable of. Discomfort, when embraced, is the spark that ignites growth. Growth and discomfort go hand in hand because every step forward requires you to do something new, something unfamiliar, something that might feel difficult or even scary. Progress demands that you step into uncharted territory. The question isn't whether discomfort will appear. It will. The question is how you respond to it. To develop self-discipline, you must reframe your relationship with discomfort. Instead of viewing it as something to avoid, see it as evidence that you're on the right track. Discomfort is a sign that you're stretching yourself, that you're venturing beyond what's comfortable and ordinary. It's a signal that you're growing. One way to build your tolerance for discomfort is to start small. You don't need to dive headfirst into extreme challenges to strengthen your discipline. Begin by introducing manageable discomfort into your daily routine. These small acts of discipline build your resilience and teach you that discomfort is not something to fear. Successful people actively seek out situations that challenge them. They don't wait for life to force them out of their comfort zones. They do it willingly. They understand that the more they expose themselves to discomfort, the more comfortable they become with uncertainty, struggle, and growth. Over time, what once felt difficult or intimidating becomes second nature, and their capacity for discipline expands. Discomfort often brings with it the voice of doubt, the inner critic that whispers, "You can't do this," or "This is too hard." Learning to quiet that voice is an essential part of mastering self-discipline. Successful people train themselves to focus on their goals and their why rather than their immediate feelings. They remind themselves of the bigger picture and the rewards that lie on the other side of the challenge. Visualization can be a powerful tool for overcoming discomfort. When you encounter a difficult moment, take a few seconds to picture yourself succeeding, finishing the workout, delivering the speech, completing the project. Imagine how you'll feel when you've pushed through the discomfort and achieved your goal. This mental rehearsal can provide the motivation you need to stay the course. Accountability plays a role in embracing discomfort. Share your goals and challenges with someone you trust, a mentor, a friend, or a coach, who can provide encouragement and perspective. When you know that someone else is aware of your efforts, it becomes easier to stay committed even when things get tough. They can remind you of your why when your resolve wavers. Another key to navigating discomfort is to focus on progress, not perfection. When you challenge yourself, you won't always get it right the first time. There will be setbacks, missteps, and moments when you fall short of your expectations. But these moments are not failures. They're opportunities to learn and grow. Celebrate the fact that you showed up and tried, and use each experience to refine your approach. Discomfort teaches patience. In a world that values instant results, it's easy to get discouraged when progress feels slow. But self-discipline is not about quick wins. It's about sustained effort over time. Discomfort reminds you that growth is a process, not an event. It requires consistency, resilience, and a willingness to keep going, even when the payoff isn't immediately visible. One of the most powerful shifts you can make is to embrace discomfort as a teacher. Every challenge you face has something to teach you about yourself, your strengths, your weaknesses, and your potential. When you approach discomfort with curiosity rather than resistance, you open yourself to insights and growth that would otherwise remain hidden. You begin to see discomfort not as an enemy, but as an ally on your journey to success. It's important to recognize that discomfort is temporary. The pain of effort, the struggle of learning, the uncertainty of trying something new, these feelings pass. What remains is the growth, the knowledge, the strength, and the confidence that come from persevering. Successful people understand this, and they use it to motivate themselves to keep pushing forward. Over time, as you repeatedly face and overcome discomfort, you build a sense of self-trust. You prove to yourself that you can handle challenges, that you can endure and overcome, and that you're capable of more than you once believed. This confidence becomes a powerful driver of discipline, propelling you to tackle even greater challenges. Embracing discomfort doesn't mean seeking pain for its own sake. It means recognizing that every worthwhile goal comes with a price of effort and persistence. It means being willing to pay that price because you know the rewards far outweigh the temporary discomfort. When you adopt this mindset, you unlock a level of discipline and determination that sets you apart. Discomfort is not a barrier. It's a bridge. It's the space between where you are and where you want to be. By embracing it, you turn challenges into opportunities, doubts into determination, and struggles into success. This is how you cultivate the discipline to achieve your goals and create a life of growth, purpose, and fulfillment. Remember, self-discipline is not a single trait or a fleeting act of willpower. It's a way of life. It's the sum of your habits, your mindset, and your willingness to consistently choose the hard but right path over the easy but meaningless one. It's the foundation upon which all success is built. the steady hand that guides you through the chaos of life toward your goals. When you commit to mastering self-discipline, you're not just committing to a set of rules or restrictions. You're committing to your future self. You're choosing to prioritize long-term fulfillment over short-term gratification. You're choosing growth, excellence, and integrity over mediocrity, complacency, and excuses. What's most inspiring about self-discipline is that it's not reserved for the naturally gifted, the privileged, or the lucky. It's accessible to anyone who is willing to do the work. It doesn't matter where you're starting from or what challenges you face. What matters is your commitment to taking one step at a time, consistently moving closer to the person you want to become. The techniques are not theoretical. They're practical, proven strategies that you can start applying today. From clarifying your why to mastering your habits, from building a fortress around your focus to embracing discomfort as a teacher, each technique is a piece of the puzzle. Together, they create a framework that empowers you to take control of your life and shape your destiny. Self-discipline is a journey, not a destination. There will be days when you falter, when the pull of comfort feels overwhelming, or when progress seems slow. But those moments are not failures. They're opportunities to recommit, to learn, and to grow stronger. Each time you choose discipline over distraction, you're reinforcing your commitment to yourself and your goals. The beauty of self-discipline is that it compounds. The small disciplined choices you make today build momentum, confidence, and resilience over time. What feels difficult now will become second nature, and the progress you achieve will inspire you to aim even higher. It's a virtuous cycle that transforms not only your actions, but your identity. At its core, self-discipline is about self-respect. It's about recognizing your worth and refusing to settle for less than your best. It's about treating your time, your energy, and your potential as the precious resources they are. When you approach life with this mindset, you unlock a sense of purpose and empowerment that fuels every aspect of your journey. Success is not a matter of chance. It's a matter of discipline. It's the result of consistently doing the things that others avoid, of showing up day after day with focus, determination, and a commitment to excellence. And the best part? Every step you take toward mastering self-discipline is a step toward the life you've always envisioned. When you look back on your journey, it won't be the moments of ease or comfort that stand out. It will be the times when you chose to push through the struggle, to rise above the distractions, and to stay true to your purpose. Those are the moments that define you, that shape your character, and that lead to lasting success. The question now is not whether you have the ability to master self-discipline. You do. The question is whether you're willing to take the first step. Whether you're willing to show up, commit, and keep going, even when it's hard. Because the rewards of self-discipline are worth every ounce of effort you put in. They're worth the struggle, the sacrifice, and the discomfort. They're worth it because they lead to a life of purpose, progress, and fulfillment. A life that you create through your own determination and discipline.